Hello, travelers. Boardman21 here, and today's build is going to be the Void Spellblade, which will be using a lot of void damage, lightning damage, and cold damage. Now, the way this build is going to work is you're going to base it around Mana Strike and the lightning going off on Mana Strike. We'll also be using Enchant Weapon to zap things, and we'll also have Static running to cast Lightning Blast for us. The Lightning Blast will be cold. The Lightning Blast will apply Spark Charges. Mana Strike will apply Spark Charges on hit, and it will also cast lightning on hit. We'll have a 100% spell crit, and we'll have really close to 100% melee hit with Mana Strike itself. Now, with all of those crits going off and with all the spark charges, it's going to give you really good damage, and thanks to the Ring of the Third Eye, with all of those crits, you'll actually get some good ward gain at the same time. Now, this build is not min-maxed, however, it is set up with a lot of unique, so it's going to take some hunting, so that means less items you actually have to craft, so it shouldn't take you too long to put it together if you already have the uniques. The damage is good. The defense is kind of rocky. I would recommend getting at least 2 charges of Flame Ward. In this video and in all of this, we just have the 1 charge and we have it on auto cast. But having 2 charges, although you can't get a charge on the chest because of the unique, the void unique that you're going to be wearing, so you won't be able to get 3 charges, but even with just 2 charges, you'll be able to time it just right so that you can survive a lot more. However, in this, we took out all the bosses and it did alright. And the more mobs you have on you, the more crits that you're going to do, and the more stacks of fire aura that you're going to get, which is going to allow you to do even more damage, and it's a skyrocketing thing. I won't say that it's as good as Amaranthy's Gaming channeling Lightning Blast Void Mage that they had going. That thing did way more damage, but if you are wanting to do a Spellblade and you are wanting to base something around a Mana Strike, this is a good one for some good DPS and some good defense. Alright, let's go ahead and get into the skills. For skills, we're going to be running Mana Strike, Enchant Weapon, Flame Ward, Static, and of course Lightning Blast. For Mana Strike, we have this set up to get Spark Charges, to have really high crit, and to cast the Lightning on hit. So we have 2 points in Arcanist Blade, 1 point in Mana Storm, 2 points in Explosive Flurry, 2 points in Essence of Control, 1 point in Mana Spark, and 4 points in Spark Charges to give you that 100% chance to get a Spark on hit. 1 point in Swift Sap, 1 point in Sprite Blade, 3 points in Mana Drain, 2 points in Critical Mana, and 1 point in Critical Rejuvenation. That gives you that 40% base crit chance. That is base, that is an added base. So you're getting 40% base with this. With the 5% base you already get with melee, means you're already at 45%. You only need 110% crit chance to get all the way to 100%, which is really easy to get. Also, with a catalyst, you'll have your spell crit very, very high, so you'll also be doing easily 100% spell crit, which will do the lightning blast, it'll do the lightning on Mana Storm, and the spark charges, which I believe are also spell, will apply crits with their 100% spell crit as well. For Enchant Weapon, we have 2 points in concentration, 5 points in Celerity, 3 points in Fulminate, 5 points in Thundering, 1 point in Conduit, and 4 points in Thundering. You can also run Arcane Ascendance instead of Enchant Weapon. However, I just liked Enchant Weapon more. It was more fluid, you don't get stuck in one spot. But Arcane Ascendance can cast Lightning Blast, which can help you get more ward, and can also just do a little bit more damage than Enchant Weapon is going to do for you. We have Flame Ward. We have this with 5 points in Stalwart Defense, 5 points in Barrier, 1 point in Energize, 3 points in Dilation, 1 point in Fire Aura, 1 point in Frost Ward to make it cold, and 4 points in Eye of the Flame. Since we have so many auras going, why not get 200% increased damage? Now, if you do lots of damage but you lack defense, I would recommend taking out some of these points and then moving up and getting the extra +1 charge. For Static, we're of course using this just to proc Lightning Blast. We have 5 points in Reverberation, 3 points in Fulminating Blows, 4 points in Overcharge, 1 point in Overlord, 1 point in Installation, 5 points in Diode, and 1 point in Unlimited Power to cast that Lightning Blast. And then since we're casting the Lightning Blast, obviously we spec'd into it. We have 2 points in Volatile Lightning, 2 points in Positive Protection, 3 points in Storm Razor, 2 points in Lightning Attunement to get that Lightning Aegis, 4 points in Chain Lightning, 1 point in Convergence, 2 points in Front Loaded, 3 points in Cloud Answer for that Spark Charge on hit chance, and 1 point in Final Spark so that if you hit an enemy with Spark Charge, it'll automatically detonate it. This is awesome for clearing out huge packs of trash mobs. For passives, we have 25 points in the Mage Mace class with 8 points in Scholar, 1 point in Elementalist, 6 points in Arcanist, 5 points in Mage Flurry, 4 points in Arcane Current, 1 point in Rune of Winter. For Sorcerer, we have 8 points in Calculated Destruction, 10 points in Wisdom, and 2 points in Cereromancer. That's just to unlock Arcane Ascendance. And in the Spellblade, we have 69 points with 5 points in Arcane Warden, 8 points in Infused Weapon, 8 points in Elemental Affinity, 6 points in Spellbound Weapon, 5 points in Spellweaver, 8 points in Prismatic Blade, 1 point in Shiver Armor, 15 points in Triple Strike, 5 points in Mind Slayer, 5 points in Mind Flame, and 5 points in Mind Blade. For items, the items that you're going to want is the percent chance to cast Fire Aura on Critical Strike. If you can get plus spell cold damage, that's awesome. This idol is a perfect roll for us. We also have, while channeling, we have Leech. That doesn't do anything for us. I'd recommend going for something else, but getting the percent chance to cast Fire Aura on Critical Strike is the most important. For uniques, we're running a lot of them. First off, you have the 2 rings for the Ring of the Third Eye, and that's so that you can get the ward gained on crit. You have the Dark Shroud of Cinder so that you get increased void damage per fire aura. We have the Blade of the Forgotten Knight so that you have huge spell void damage, and you also have some melee void damage along with some melee physical damage so that 1 mana strike hits do a lot, the melee hits, and then on top of that you have the spell void damage, which will also help. You also have increased attack speed with this, so it's very nice for being able to attack very, very fast. And the last unique is the Bone Clamor Barbuette, which is going to give you Dex and Intellect and Ward per second, which is just huge in a build. For our other items, we are running Set, Glancing Blow, we have Health, and we have Dodge. We also put Spell Critical Strike Chance on the Amulet, and of course we went with the Silver Amulet so that we have that increased Critical Strike Chance, which will help both spells and help our melee. We are running a Catalyst for that base Spell Critical Strike Chance. You don't really care too much about Intellect, just make sure that you get a +5 or +6% Spell Critical Strike Chance base, as that's going to be the most helpful. On it, we went with Spell Critical Strike Chance and increased Critical Strike Chance. The most important thing you want to do with this build is get to that 100% crit chance with both your melee attacks and with the spell. We have Dodge, we have Mana. We have Set Glancing Blow on the Relic with more Spell Critical Strike Chance. The Belt, Set Glancing Blow with more health. The Boots, Set Glancing Blow with more dodge. And the Gloves, melee attack speed, more dodge, more health, and of course to finish off the Set Glancing Blow. Now you don't need Set Glancing Blow on 5 items like we do here, it's just the items that we threw together. So you could take it off the amulet and put something for more elemental damage or anything else that you want. For our character sheet, you can see we're not running any protections. We do have a little bit of armor. Our dodge isn't super high. We have way too much Glancing Blow. Like I said, don't put it on the amulet or put it somewhere else. We do have 56 intellect, thanks a lot to a lot of the passives that we have, which gives us some ward retention. And then for damage, it doesn't look like much, but you get a bunch of void damage once you start stacking it. In just normal combat, you should have 20 to 30 stacks. Against a boss, you should have 30 to 50 stacks pretty easily. With Arcane Ascendance, you can even get a little bit higher if you run that instead of Enchant Weapon. But with Enchant Weapon, when it's active, you'll have, your 50 stacks. When it's not active, you'll be down to your 35 or 40. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and give you guys some more gameplay.